fact that it actually makes any kind of coherent sense whatsoever is kind of a small miracle.
But I mean, wouldn't that
have been a great system launching CD game, though? I mean,
yeah, that would have.
Get the PlayStation thing.
I mean, what a great game too. I mean, especially for its time. But I mean, I think it just struck such a great balance between action and RPG, and
I think it's fair to say that none of the games have actually nailed that quite as well since then.
Yeah,
it really defined what that series could be. It did so many things that were unique and good, and it's just hard not to like the game.
Yeah, I mean the ring system for one, like it was just like even when you're playing with other people, it was so quick that you didn't mind. Okay, somebody's like
someone's got to open up and use a walnut or whatever.
Yeah, and
it didn't like go to a separate menu screen. And it was fine.
And being able to play 3 people at once, which is I played this game with I played it 2 people, sometimes 3 people, but wouldn't play it if my other friends weren't around. And I think I got such a different picture of this game. I've talked to other people since that played it alone, and we're like, yeah, I don't know, it was all right.
It's not nearly as much fun alone. I mean, it's still fun.
I kind of like it better alone, but I think that's just because the guy I played with originally
named the girl bitch, and
no, he just kind of sucked. And so we got up to Spiky and the Witch's Castle and the big tiger thing, and we were just completely annihilated by that thing. And then I went home and played it on my own. I was like, oh, that was kind of easy.
Well, you have to with range stuff.
Yeah, you have to like know how to play it and use teamwork and stuff.
But graphically, it was basically like, to me, it felt like Gauntlet, but your characters.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. That was a really fundamental part of why the game was so good. Is the positioning of your characters and stuff really mattered.
Right.
You could step back from something and have it miss you, and everything. Your guys were really fucking mobile. And from 3 on, it's been essentially like Final Fight. I mean, your guys are really slow. You're not going to.
Legend of Mana was the worst about that.
Yeah, it was really
you could
slow.
Only fight on the
horizontal lateral plane, and it
really missed the point. But
Secret was perfect like that.
I never really thought of it as Gauntlet. I always thought of it more as
it was an
Zelda,
action RPG,
but an RPG. People always call Zelda an RPG, but then I played Secret of Mana. I was like, hey, actually, it's not. This is an RPG. You've got levels. You've got all these status effects. You've got
I
think especially Final Fantasy Adventure is easier to compare to Zelda.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So the way little guys bounce off your sword and stuff.
Yeah, it started from that kind of Zelda base, but then it sort of integrated elements of Final Fantasy with the magic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really kind of how I always saw the lineage of the game, was like, it's Zelda, but it has the depth of Final Fantasy. Mm-hmm. And the multiplayer part, I mean, it's really cool, but like you said, the positioning I always really liked, because it makes
it made the action part of the action RPG thing important.
Right, you can charge up your sword and do like these super amazing attacks.
I ended up not doing that.
Yeah, but you have to be really careful about it, because you start doing like these forward attacks.
It'll whiff right through things really often, and that is almost annoying.
You have to watch your positioning.
Right.
So it's not overpowered that way.
Well,
you can't just use level 8 attacks
when they're vulnerable too. I mean, sometimes they're knocked down and you can't hit them. Sometimes they're knocked down and you can hit them. As a difference in animation.
Right, but you can't just go around spamming everything with your most powerful attacks, because one, they take time, and 2, they take proper position.
Well, and it's not like the later games either, where your guys move so fucking slow. You're essentially just going to stand toe to toe and hit attack, and at that point, it's not an action RPG anymore.
Well, and even in Secret of Mana, your regular attack has to charge for like that 100% count thing.
Right, yeah, you can't
even without like charging up.
Right.
Which was a big problem for me, because it was my first RPG and I was really bad at video games when I got it. So it was like I'd just be like hacking away, like, what's going on? I can't hit anything.
Understand why they've dropped so many of the play mechanics that were introduced in Secret of Mana. It's like
they've dropped all of them.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. I mean,
by Dawn of
one
Mana,
at a time through each series. They drop something else good and add something else stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the games are all developed by the same guy, and his name completely eluded me again. I keep thinking Mamoru Oshii because we were just talking about
Koichi Ishii.
Koichi Ishii, yes. Okay. Damn it. Right, so yeah, Koichi Ishii has been in charge of the series since the start, pretty much, and he's still like the main supervisor. He was here a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you had the most non-committal review or interview ever.
Yeah, that was very bizarre. It's like he has no more emotional investment in the game. Usually, when developers come from Japan to talk about their games, they're like, "Let me show you all this stuff," and he just kind of sat there and was like, We'd ask him questions. He'd be like, "Yeah."
Maybe that's why.
No, he'd be like, "No."
Or no, actually, yeah. We sat there asking him like, "So, does Dawn of Mana have multiplayer?" No, it doesn't. Well, one thing you could do in Secret of Mana was forge up your weapons and make them more powerful. Does it have that? No. Does it have the ring? No. It was just like everything I asked was a no, and I was doing my best to give him
pretty much everything shy of "there's a tree in it" was no.
Yeah.
A tree and a holy sword. Except first you got to do the Witchblade Vine thing, which is kind of